Hi, I'm Suzy Shepherd, and today I want to share with you a brand new resource that we've just come out with called My Story. This, we hope, will help you be able to share your story just in your normal relationships and conversations as you go along the way. You'll notice that you get several different pieces to this when you download it. You'll get the cover, that is our focus, for they have defeated him by the blood of the Lamb and the word of their testimony, Revelation 12:11. And then the next is how to use it. So this gives you a step-by-step guide on how to use the template that I'm going to walk you through in order to be able to be prepared to use this in conversation. You'll get a picture that shows you the order in which to fold it, which is super simple. And I'm sure you probably don't need that, but just in case you do, we're going to start off by taking the template and you're going to fold it. I taught for a long time and we called this folding it like a hamburger. So you fold it the wide way, and then you're going to fold in the sides toward the center so that when you finish, it kind of comes out looking like a little booklet. And each one of the pages shows you the number in which to follow the order. So you start with 1, obviously, 2, 3, 4, and then the final is on the back. So I'm going to walk you through how to use this. It starts with the very first prompt being, there was a time when I didn't know if I could fully trust God. For me, that time came in high school. I'd been raised in a Christian home. My parents loved me. They loved Jesus. I knew that, but I wasn't really sure that it was what I wanted to sign up for my life. And while I saw really good things in them, I really wasn't convinced that it wasn't going to be boring for me to choose the life that would follow Jesus. So when I was a senior in high school, I read this book, and the prayer that the main character would repeat throughout the book was, God, make me want to want what you want. And that so landed with me that I began to pray it, but I added a little thing in front of it because I didn't know if their faith was actually real. And I thought, it can't hurt. So if there's a God out there, then maybe he'll hear this and he will act. My prayer became, God, if you're real, will you make me want to want what you want? Went through most of that year praying that and went on to school the next year. Still not really sure of the course I was going to take because I hadn't experienced God really answering that prayer yet. But then he got my attention. And the way that God got my attention in response to that prayer was I was standing near someone, and for some reason, I heard them simply reference Psalm 51. Now, I don't know why that was different than in any other time I'd heard a preacher reference scripture or a friend or my parents, but for some reason I had this undeniable need to get alone and to read that passage. And today I believe that was God's answer to my prayer. He was personally intervening to me to help me want to want what he wants. I got alone, I opened my Bible. It's the story of David and him really just repenting and asking forgiveness for all the things that he had done. I did have a church background, so that helped me kind of understand what I was reading a little bit. But for the first time, I began to understand the story of Jesus coming to earth as fully God and fully man, dying for me, taking all of the things that I had done, and then taking them in his death, the punishment for them in his death, and then being resurrected. So his love and care for me was evident in a brand new way. And because I understood his love for me deeply, I chose his way over my own. That one time alone in college, right in that room, no one else was around, me just simply reading Psalm 51. I said, I give it up. I want what you want, God. Now, my life is still not perfect. I've had lots of different pieces to my story that have been a struggle, have been hard. I went through a failed marriage, became a single mom, and walked through paths that I never expected to walk through in my life. But I can tell you that all along, God has been with me through it. It is not about how good I am, because that would never measure up. It's about how good he's been to me and how he has helped me the whole way to be able to walk believing that he created me for a purpose and that he loves me and that I can totally rely on him. So I share with you today my story because I want you to know that your story matters to God and he hears your prayers. When we find him, we find everything we've ever longed for, even though sometimes it doesn't feel like that's the way it will turn out. I want to share with you this code that will take you to a page that explains how you can learn more about asking God to be in charge of your life, how you can give up your own control, and how Jesus can truly come in and become the friend, the guide, the brother, the alongside with you in everything as you follow him. If you have any questions, I would love to share with you more. But this will also, if after we leave today, if you have questions and you'd like to follow up with them on your own, I'd love to just leave this with you. So now the way that you tell your story will be completely different than the way that I told my story. But that's the uniqueness of the kingdom is everybody has a story that will relate to someone uniquely. So I encourage you prayerfully download this, go through the how to use your story prompts so that you can answer them, and then practice using this little guide. And if you keep a couple of them in your purse, it's a great way to remember the way that you can share your faith. Now, maybe this exact structure doesn't work for you, but for a lot of people, I think those prompts will help bring back big milestones in the way that you came to trust God. I hope it helps. We are praying for you. We're praying for the people that God is putting in your pathway to share your story with. And we are praying that they will see his love through you. I hope you have a blessed day.